Can I take your order? What's good with y'all, man? It's your boy Leek, you feel me, coming at y'all with another reaction video, man. Now look, 7 p.m. Central Time, daily uploads, guys. You already know what time it is. If you're not here on time, I'm going to teach you a valuable lesson, and it's just that simple. So you better be here on time. But I appreciate the support, nonetheless. Guys, 100 people versus a gorilla, man. The honest truth. We're going to be talking about the debate, man. I hope y'all ready to lock in. We're going to see what this video will talk about. I'm going to let y'all know what I think on the topic. And we're going to go ahead and get the video cooking, man. I got my Burger King headset. Let's get the video cooking, man.
So recently, all of social media has been blowing up with the debate of one gorilla versus 100 humans. The funny thing is that everyone seems completely divided onto who would win the fight. One side thinks that the gorilla would pull a Winston and just completely thrash the army of humans with ease, while the other side believes that the sheer numbers would let the humans just beat up the gorilla like it's Naruto. But who is actually correct? Is a gorilla versus 100 people actually a fair fight, or is it actually a stomp? Does the gorilla win, or do the humans? Let's find out. If you like this kind of stuff, make sure to like, subscribe, and let's jump right in. Now, to begin, I think it's important to establish both sides of this fight. For the gorilla, we are assuming that this is essentially the strongest gorilla possible. Of the 4 gorilla species, easily the largest and strongest would be a silverback eastern lowland gorilla. At the absolute largest, gorillas can stand at over 6 feet tall and weigh between 400 and 500 pounds, the largest ever being about 600 pounds or even beyond. However, this fails to capture how a gorilla's overall proportions drastically exceed that of a normal human, with a wingspan of over 8 feet, drastically more muscle mass, and far less body fat. In comparison to the peak gorilla, the group of humans will be made up of 100 average people. There will be no boxers, nor MMA.
Oh, 100 average people? We might be cooked. 100 average people. We don't get to choose? Oh, hell no. We might be cooked, bro.
Athletes, and instead it will just be 100 totally normal people with totally normal physical stats, with there being an equal number of men and women. Now, technically, average height and weight varies somewhat drastically across the planet, so for this video we'll be taking the stats from just Americans when possible. This means the 50 men in the group will be on average 5'9" and almost 200 pounds, while the 50 women in the group will be on average 5'4" and 170 pounds.
Bro, hold on. That mean the average fucking American is a fat ass, right? 5'9", almost 200 pounds? My nigga, I'm 5'9", fucking 5'8", 5'9", fucking 160. And I be feeling like a fat ass sometimes. There's no way that you're almost 200 pounds at 5'9", bro. You're fat as shit. So the average American fat as shit is what you're saying. We lost. We lost. There's no way.
Now, to be fair, Americans are kind of fat, so ultimately using the statistics of a healthier nation doesn't change these values very much, or the outcome in my opinion. Still, either way, the gorilla is going to be far...
What the fuck you gonna do when the gorilla pull out a move like that? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? A gorilla pull out a move like that, what are you gonna do? Hey, man.
Larger than any single human, exceeding them in height by a couple inches and being casually twice the weight of the average man. Also, just so we're all on the same page, this is what 100 people looks like. It's definitely not a small group, but it's also not a massive crowd by any means. A lot of college lectures have more people than this in them. With that being understood, who wins this? Determining the true strength of a gorilla is incredibly difficult for multiple reasons. Firstly, gorillas ultimately are not a predatory species, so in comparison to something like a bear, a wolf, or any of the big cats, they rarely, if ever, go out of their way to attack humans. Secondly, unlike for humans that will willingly do experiments to test the limits of human strength, doing the exact same thing is almost impossible for gorillas because they're not just going to do a bench press for a couple of bananas, unfortunately. This forces most, if any, estimations of gorilla strength to be just that, estimations based off of their bodies and the very rare instances of strength that we have seen.
Nigga, whoa! Whoa! Bro, what the fuck?
Of
the nigga broke the glass. No, hell no. 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 The nigga broke the glass. No.
We have seen from him. Thirdly, there is a lot of hearsay and misinformation regarding gorillas, with most online sources claiming completely different stats for what gorillas are actually capable of. Finally, a lot of info about gorillas that does exist is oftentimes really old. The biggest issue, though, is that inconsistent information. For example, one website says they can lift 1,800 pounds, while another claims they can lift more than twice that at 4,000 pounds. Things get even more wild when these resources put it in terms of humans. humans. Some claim that a gorilla is 8 times stronger than an average man. Another claims that they are 4 to 10 times stronger than a human. Another source claims 12 times, with another claiming that gorillas are a whopping 20 times stronger than a human.
Damn!
Clearly, the only consistent thing agreed on here is that gorillas are stronger than humans, but this much variation in number between sources is enough to say that these numbers are completely made up or very unsubstantiated.
No, his ass almost got his ass smoked, got his ass drugged. Bro, you see how easy he drugged that nigga like that? With one arm? You would thought that nigga was on a slip and slide, bro. You would thought that nigga was on a slip and slide. He just drugged the shit out of him.
So let's look to what actual researchers have said about gorillas, or what we.
Dog, if a nigga, bro, you not beating that shit, dog. And are they trying to say that it's one at a time? You can't tell me it's one at a time. It got to be all 100 at once. It have to, bro. If that big, bro, I don't think we winning this shit, bro. I've seen some other shit that a scientist said, oh, it will take about 30, 40 realistically to beat the gorilla. Nigga, are you sure? Are you sure? Well, hold on, we need to think about who the people we gonna be sending out there. If we actually trying to get the job done and humanity is on the line, we gonna have to send some niggas that's actually with that shit, man. We gonna have to send John Jones, the Big Show, fucking Mike Tyson, a bunch of big ass, athletic ass motherfuckers. We gonna have to, bro, Tyson Fury. We gonna have to Isaac Frost from fucking Fight Night Champion. We gonna need everybody we can, bro. Everybody. Because I'm not thinking you punching a gorilla and that shit is gonna actually hurt. I'm not thinking that's possible. I'm not thinking it's possible, bro. So you gotta get the strongest, biggest motherfuckers as possible. If it's the average person and we sending people to just go fight, nigga, this is what we need to send. Because fuck y'all. We need to send people who eat fucking mint ice cream. Send them niggas. Send niggas who eat pineapple on pizza. Send them. Send people who hop online and hate for no reason. I'm talking about people that's in comment sections of something positive but finding a way to make it negative. Send them niggas to go fight the gorilla as well. It's a lot of people that need to be sent, bro.
Actually seen them do in real life. Consistently, gorillas have been seen uprooting thin banana trees, shattering protective glass, and have broken human arms in brief attacks. Smaller and weaker primates like chimpanzees have shown feats of strength 2 to 3 times stronger than that of a normal human, around 800 to 1200 pounds. Given that chimps are less than a quarter of the weight of a gorilla, suddenly the 4,000 pound claims look slightly more valid and would approximately make them 8 to 10 times stronger than a human being lifting wise, though strength and weight don't exactly work like that in a 1-to-1 ratio, clearly. Looking back to older information, the statements get harder to verify, but could also be potentially more legitimate, as these were real interactions in the wild. We have accounts from 19th century explorer Paul Chalu recounting gorillas snapping and bending metal guns with their bare hands.
Man, hell no! Hell no! A gorilla bit a metal board with his bare hand? Dog, we're not winning this shit, bro. We not. Because what are humans gonna do with no weapons? The reason that we, are, is because our brains and our thumbs and shit. You know what I mean? They have brains and thumbs, my nigga, but they're stronger. But we smarter. And invented weapons and weapons of mass destruction and shit like that. That's why we gonna win. But other than using weapons, what the hell are we gonna do? My nigga, I can't even touch my toes, bro. You know what I mean? I can't even touch my toes, bro. You know what I mean? Something's wrong. Bro, we not winning this shit, bro. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. And I would say that I definitely got better hands than the average person. The average person ain't even never been in no fist fight, I feel like. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm fucking Mike Tyson, but I done threw hands with niggas before, and I grew up fighting in the boxing gloves and shit like that. Some people don't even know how to throw a punch. Some people don't even know if they can take a punch. Nigga, if he hit you in your chest, it's gonna break open. My nigga, you're cooked. There's no way we winning this shit, bro, with average, regular degglers. We're not. But if we gotta sacrifice niggas, once again, send the niggas that eat mint ice cream. You shouldn't be eating that shit. Send the niggas that fucking eat frog legs. Send them niggas. Because why are you eating that when other foods exist? Send niggas that eat pineapple on pizza. It's a whole bunch. Send niggas that eat deer meat. That eat raccoon meat and possum meat and shit like that in 2025. Send them niggas. Send them niggas. Send people who thought COVID was a joke. Send them niggas. Send racists. Yeah, send them as well. Send them. Yeah, just send any idiots that don't understand, life experiences on a deeper level. Send all them niggas, bro. Send them, please.
Account from explorer Andrew Patel that recounts that 10 people were unable to pin a gorilla down. Finally, we have more speculative calculations around things like gorilla bite force and punching strength, which is incredibly difficult to calculate without, having the gorilla punch something that actually measures the force. Still, even the most lowball calculations put the gorilla's strength at around 881 joules of force, with the highest being 3,660 joules of force. In comparison, humans output only about 74 joules with their punches, which would make the potential difference in punch power anywhere from around 10 to 50 times. I don't think really speed is something we really need to talk about here. It isn't like other power scaling topics where either side is a blitz difference faster than the other or anything like that. Gorillas and humans are simply comparable in overall speed, with the gorilla being a bit faster in bursts of muscular power.
Yeah, that nigga took off though. What's his 40? That nigga took off, bro. You know what I mean? Oh, we cooked. We not gonna win this shit, dog. I don't know why people think this is an actual debate. We not 100 average guys. 100 average guys. Do y'all know what the average motherfucker look like, bro? Do y'all know how the average motherfucker is operating in America these days? The average motherfucker that can't pull a woman, that's addicted to corn. These the average people that's gonna fight a gorilla? Get the fuck out of here, man. The average person who watches sports and makes fun of athletes but can't run a mile? These niggas? No, we losing. We losing, bro. I don't know why this is a debate. Now, if we putting, it'd be more realistic if we putting some of the top of the line humans, 100 top of the line humans in their prime. Do that. We can do that. We can do that, and I would say, damn, maybe we will have a chance. You know what I mean? But regular dagglers, we're not. We got niggas committing goonicide and shit, bro. You know what I mean? We got niggas gooning and beating their meat for hours on end with multiple devices. And you think they finna do something against a gorilla? That's what damn near average. We got niggas out here paying for OnlyFans when the shit is free online. We're cooked, bro. We're cooked. And y'all think the average motherfucker is about to... We're cooked, bro.
Speeds aren't exactly sustainable. So overall, gorillas are stronger, larger, heavier, and more powerful than multiple humans combined. Either way though, are the humans cooked? Let's get into it.
Yes!
In a 1v1, 2v1, or even 10v1, I think the gorilla could pretty easily take it. From everything we've seen, from historical accounts to estimations, a gorilla may legitimately be around 10 times the strength of average humans, making all of these random articles potentially correct even if they were just yapping. Single strikes and bites from a gorilla is going to be breaking bones of whoever is unlucky enough to be in range. As they tend to do, they can also easily grab, lift, and pull around any human they manage to grab. Furthermore, most attacks from a human are simply not going to legitimately harm a gorilla, the difference in the basic lifting and punching power being so immense that the person punching the gorilla would probably hurt their hands more than the gorilla's body. But as the number of humans increases towards 100, things get worse and worse for the gorilla for multiple reasons. Firstly, fatigue. Gorillas are not used to, nor are they really built for long, drawn-out fights. Most conflicts between gorillas only last a couple minutes at most, which is actually true for most humans as well. But while the gorilla might tear through 20, 30, 40 people, boom, there are still 60 humans the gorilla has to beat in order to win. Secondly, in this fight, strategy and coordination genuinely matter. For this fight to even happen, we kind of need to ignore the concept of fear for both sides. If a gorilla saw a group of 100 humans, they are very likely not going to attack and just run away. On the other side, if most people saw a gorilla beating up a dude, they're not going to jump in and help out. They're also running away. That being said, if both sides legitimately want to beat the other with full conviction and no other option.
Wait, who the hell is this guy? Yeah, put this guy. Who the hell is this? Is this Tarzan? Yeah, put this nigga in the ring. We need 100 of him. This nigga just punched the gorilla in the stomach and now he's going for the fucking backstabber. You know what I mean?
100 people can pretty quickly coordinate to absolutely bum rush on the gorilla, who simply would not be able to attack every person at once, even 20 people at once. Which brings up the third thing, weight. For as strong as a gorilla is, especially a potentially tired gorilla, is simply not strong enough to hold off the weight of a coordinated group of humans. At the mid-end estimation of 1,800 pounds, even just 20 200-pound humans would be able to pin down a gorilla, with the only claim to the contrary being from a guy born in the 1500s. Would people get hurt and probably be killed in this effort to pin him down? But again, there are 50 dudes all prepared to do this, let alone the 50 women. But pinning isn't enough. The gorilla would need to be defeated, and even without tools, humans should be able to actually hurt gorillas. While human punches are far weaker than the apes, human kicks are overall far stronger. It can range from over 3,000 to over 4,000 joules, which is actually stronger than gorilla punches from a pure energy output standpoint.
Whoa! That's an X factor! Whoa! Whoa! No, that's an X factor, bro. Now look, I'm not really big into, you know, combat and shit. You know, I just know how to throw hands a little bit. Bro, kicking a nigga, I know kicking a nigga is OP, but I didn't know it was that OP. A human kick is stronger than a gorilla punch, nigga? Bro, I might not never throw hands again. I ain't gonna lie. I might just start kicking niggas. Anytime I get into some shit, just start kicking niggas, bro. You know what I mean? No, square up, bro. Square up. Hell no. Fuck! Kick a nigga right in their shit. Pop, 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 pop. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Hold on, bro. Cause kicking a nigga in the chin is crazy work. And that shit probably ain't even gonna hurt you. You know, you can hit somebody, you can like break your hand or like hurt your wrist or some shit. If you kick a nigga right, like in the chin, dog, your legs are way stronger than your hands and shit. Bro, hold on. Damn. Yeah, I don't know. 100 kicks, though. But the average nigga don't know how to kick, though. I don't know how to kick. And I've been in plenty of fights before growing up. I don't know how to kick like that. I don't know how to kick a nigga in the chin. You know what I mean? Or kick the proper way to have, you know, full force, maximum force. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, bro. But I still don't think they win it. Because you gonna kick it and it's gonna hurt, but how do you kill it? How would you even kill it? Is it just gonna fucking die of like fucking fatigue? It's gonna die of fatigue? I don't know how we win in this, bro. I still don't know how.
Crazy as that sounds. So while yes, one guy randomly kicking a gorilla would probably do nothing, several dozen people all kicking at a gorilla's head while he's already pinned down would eventually take him out.
Hey, hold on. He might have just changed my opinion. So everything gotta line up right. Niggas can't be scared, especially if we using average people. They can't be scared. They gotta be, you know, fearless, and they gotta pin the gorilla down. And what we gotta do is we gotta start kicking them in the balls and in the head until he die. 100 people doing that? I don't know. Maybe we can win. Maybe we can. Maybe we can win. If we play the cards right, maybe we can win. Because they said it'll take, what he said, it'd take like 10 humans to hold the gorilla down or something like that. To like just lay on top of him. Bro, if his balls and his head paws, no diddy, are exposed and we just kicking the shit out of him like the whole time, 100, that's 80 more people. 90 more people kicking this nigga in the head and balls. I'm thinking we can win this, guys. Oh no, he just swayed my opinion with that. Because I didn't know how we would defeat him. But the head is delicate, guys. The head is delicate, guys. The head and the eyes. Get to kicking this nigga in the eyeballs and shit. Hey, I think we got him. Let me know what y'all think.
So yes, 100 humans could be a gorilla. If gorillas were truly a threat to literally 100 humans at a time, there would be far more stories of gorillas actually, you know, killing humans, while we have stories like this for elephants or bears. So bottom line is this: humans most likely win, but you don't want to be at the front of the crowd when you're staring down a silverback. Yeah. Made it this far. Thank you so much for watching.
Yeah. I hope you guys enjoy, man. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all think we winning that? Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. What I'm gonna do? Catch you in the next video. Bow.